Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? Today we're going over BenJorEl's defense. It's been a minute. We were gone on that Tournament 32 stuff, but we're back to the old kind of boring rules that we don't really like. And we're going to start looking into these and finding things that work and don't work. So, of course, as the series progresses through the season, we will be coming up with better and better ideas, talking with all the smart people. I have other people always come in and help me out with these ideas, and we generate stuff in chat. And if you want to be a part of that conversation, Monday through Thursday mornings currently we're doing this, and you can catch me live. Links in the description below on Twitch. Today, we had RichonShips helping me out, plus a whole bunch of people in chat generating some ideas. And we're going to go over these. In room 1, we have the Young Avengers. Now, I'm not super excited about the Miles version of the Young Avengers. If you're going to use Miles in the portable shield device room, we should at least make him a fortifier and then place him in between Squirrel Girl and Kate Bishop so that when he opens up with his ult, he gives them stealth and they become that much harder to control. However, when you put Miles in here in place of America Chavez, you are taking something like 20 or 25% health from the team. Like you're diminishing like America Chavez has a huge passive ability beefing up this team's health, and you don't necessarily want to do that. What we really like, what chat really likes, and I like too, is Infinity Watch in place of this. Infinity Watch isn't anywhere on defense on this roster. And so we want Infinity Watch in here because you're not going to be using Infinity Watch on offense. They're too much of a slog. It's a efficiency drain, and you don't want to use them on offense if you don't have to. And so putting them on defense has the positive effect that it's an efficiency drain against your opponent. This team is no slouch either, but I don't think that putting Miles in here is great. Some people will argue that there's a case to be made of making their health bars smaller so that when you damage them, it triggers Squirrel Girl to go faster. I mean, it's a thing, but that's like, hey, let's, I don't know, lean further over the edge for a better view. It's just dangerous. So I don't think you should do that. I think Infinity Watch is the way to go. Otherwise, the ISOs are good. I don't like this placement with Miles if he's not a fortifier. So I would want the ISOs changed and the placement changed. I'm going to give this one a C+. I think there's a lot of different things that we could do that are better than this. And whereas Infinity Watch really shouldn't be used on offense, this team could be used on offense, although they are still pretty slow at killing people. All right, team number 2 is the Unlimited X-Men. This is pretty good. I'd like to see Rogue as a striker. We could argue placement until you're blue in the face. I just don't care about placement anymore on this team. There's a case to be made for wherever you want to put your gambit. Just make sure he's with the team. Let's make Rogue a striker, and then you could replace Phantom X or Fire Chicken with Emma to reduce the amount of counters that go into this. Emma makes the walking hate counter really tricky. Chat was talking about using Phoenix and Bishop in here also. I'm not familiar with that. I'm not going to recommend it. I think the best way to go for BenJor is simply leave the team as is and make Rogue a striker. That's probably the best thing. Keep Emma for offense. You're going to see that they are going pretty hard on defense with this roster, and they're probably going to need Emma for some speed maneuvers. So I think this is okay. But yeah, I mean, you've got three raiders and a skirmisher with only one striker to soak up those vulnerables. You could totally spare Rogue as a striker and get a ton more damage out of her. So let's do that. I'm going to go A- on this team. Team number 3 is Creeping Spiders. We're treating this like a blank room and just throwing in a healer version of Gamma. It's pretty good. Nothing wrong here. I can give it an A. There's other things that could be done, but I don't think it's going to give you much more value, and you'd be wasting some very valuable tools on offense to make it happen. The only other thing to do would be using this team on offense. Of course, they're getting the negative 10% to their stats on offense, so you might as well throw them on defense. Some people were saying, oh, that's nerfing them. I think that's making them walk into a headwind. I think this team is incredibly powerful on offense or defense, even with the stats that they're putting against them. I like this, though. I'm going to give it an A. We're going to move on. Team number 4, Vibranium Tuning. It's the Wakandan room. Can we just skip this already? This is the most boring thing in all of Marvel Strike Force. Moving on. Okay, building momentum with the Darkhold team. Everybody's going to be putting their Darkhold team in here. Be ready to have a counter for Darkhold in this room. I think the Darkhold Apocalypse is going to be overkill. It's going to be super duper hard to beat, and you're going to need your Apocalypse on offense. So don't use Apocalypse. I think Doom is better used on offense because he's going to ult every single, like he's going to ult turn one and start the time platform going with this. So Doom's a valuable tool to have on offense, and he's going to be easy to shut down on defense. So don't use him in here. Scarlet Witch is a great pick as the 5th. We like Scarlet Witch, that's fine. There's other choices. You could throw in Kingpin in here, or you could throw in Bishop in here, something like that to help kind of mitigate where they're going to lead with their opening attacks. But Scarlet Witch is a pretty good pick. We'll see as time goes on what those other choices are and what's going to be better, but this is a great place to start. I'm going to go ahead and give this team an A also. I like the placement ISOs just fine on this. And finally, room 6, Fated Reunion. This is where you're going to be using your Rebirth because Scopely told you to. This is going to be one of those rooms that's very, very annoying. However, we have the smallest amount of agency here in that we can swap out US Agent for some people. We like Zemo as the primary pick to help speed up the team, that random RNG kind of thing. Zemo's helping out the Hydra, so you're going after Winter Soldier there, speeding him up. That's going to be good. You can also swap in Green Hulk in here. Would have some good synergy. We like that. There's Kingpin. There's a couple different options for this room. US Agent works great. Some people are saying Captain Marvel because she's military. She's going to have that synergy. I don't like that. I think she's too squishy. I think she's too old of a character. Her rework didn't give her enough oomph. When she first entered the game, she was like broken amazing, and now she's so power crept, she's just not that good. So I don't like Captain America for this pick. This is a fine team-based model. You could also throw in, who's the chick from the S.A. Kestrel team? From the Secret Avengers, Maria Hill. You could throw her in here for that passive healing. It's okay. This is a fine base model, though. I like the ISOs. Captain America could be a skirmish. It doesn't matter. He's fine as a healer. This is great ISOs. I would try and get Peggy a little further away from Captain America because you know your goal is to destroy her before she can revitalize the team and heal them back up. She's kind of like the squirrel girl of this team, and it's really annoying, and you got to control her. So if you can keep her from being destroyed, again, like a Kingpin or a Red Guardian are great choices to really limit what your opponents can do here. This is going to be a pivotal room, and what you find in place of US Agent is going to make a big difference in how your Crucible plays out. So be sure to have some idea of what you're going to do with Rebirth and be aware of the different variants and what you could do against those as they come out. I'm going to go ahead and give this team an A-. I'd like that placement change with Peggy Carter, and then if you want, like I said, Zemo, Green Hulk, Maria Hill, a Red Guardian or a Kingpin, those are all some good alternatives to US Agent. Give those a try. All in all, I think BenJorEl has a very good starting place for their defense. These are some great ideas, and I don't like the Young Avengers, although Young Avengers is still a great team to have on defense. I just think the Infinity Watch is a better choice than this, and I do personally like America Chavez, and they're better than Miles. So this has been BenJorEl's Defense Up episode. If you would like your defense featured on Defense Up, the list is actually pretty short now. We took a break from doing these videos, and I didn't get a lot of applicants apply. So be sure to send them to me on Discord. Again, those links are in the description. Remember, guys, don't just have a good game. Be good to yourselves and others, too, and I'll see you next time. Bye.